God's grace that I wish I can learn that. Okay. Jaideep sir, I would like to ask you the question that we had talked about, the movie thing. So what exactly do you find in a movie like The Four Patriots? If you wish to make a movie like The Four Patriots, what will it be based on?
What drew me towards the novel is it seems to be socially relevant, and my bent of mind. Hello. And my bent of mind has always been towards socially relevant cinema. Which is why, in terms of personal favorites, I feel Rang De Basanti is what I would say is a timeless classic, and the recently released Pink. Because cinema is a great tool to address topical and socially relevant issues. And the audience has time and again proved it, that this is the kind of cinema that awakens us. The fact that Rang De Basanti's Candle March sequence was responsible in a high-profile murder case finding its closure shows the impact that cinema has on society. And I have always believed a true patriot, a Deshbhakt, is someone who will never ask, is Desh ne mere liye kya kiya hai? He will always ask, maine mere Desh ke liye kya kiya hai? You have to take initiative, you have to take responsibility. Don't sit on the fence and question people who have taken initiative to run this country. I have the utmost respect for politicians. They are doing a lot to make sure that this country is a safe and better place to live in. And somewhere when I read the essence of Four Patriots, I felt it dealt with four such characters who were ready to stick their necks out, put their right foot forward and contribute to the country. And if we have to do memorable cinema, if we have to do cinema that will outlive us, it has to have social resonance, which is what I'm very sure the Four Patriots has. In fact, when Vivek ji mentioned about the cover, I must tell you, the copy that Sumit ji has sent me is a slightly earlier copy. In fact, the cover of that, according to me, is far more aesthetic. It has four people with their backs to the camera looking towards the Red Fort. That somewhere struck a chord in me. That let us get together and contribute towards making India a better place to live in. Because Sare Jahan se Acha Hindustan
Ask not what a country has done for you, ask what you have done for your country. Beautiful words by John F. Kennedy and summarized.
Years, and I don't see it ending in near future. Now this happens, that's the curse of electoral politics. Whenever you have a competitive politics, people have to win. The minute you have win and lose concept, then some people are going to exploit vote banks, and that's why caste-based reservation is there. But I think it's high time we need to change the system, and we need to change it to instead of OBC, we need a FBC, which is financially backward class. But here I want to say something, taking what he was talking about politicians. Unfortunately, we blame politicians for everything. Where is this caste-based reservation coming from? Who wants it? It's the people of this country. It's people, right? Now, Jain community also wants it. Patels also want it. Everybody wants it. I think in the end, there will be only Brahmins and Kayas who will be left behind, and everybody else will have reservations, you know. It's people want it because the problem is when the system is not foolproof. When system is not foolproof, then there are loopholes which people want to exploit to their advantage. And आप उसको सिर्फ कास्ट बेस्ड सिस्टम की तरह से मत देखिए, उसके आपको डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या मैं ये भी बताता हूँ कास्ट बेस्ड सिस्टम के. What happens is then you end up choosing caste based leaders. You start appointing caste based people. I'm not saying lower caste and upper caste, but then you start doing that, and it translates into religions, into castes, then identity groups and interest groups, you know. Now the situation becomes such that you have incompetence at all the levels, almost everywhere. Today India's biggest problem is, it's not caste, it's not anything, it's nothing. India's biggest problem is incompetence. That we have incompetence at almost every level. Any field, any industry, any walk of life you see is full of incompetence. आप ये देखिए, एक घर में भी देखिए, एक छोटे से हाउस होल्ड में भी देखिए, चाहे वो मेरठ हो, चाहे कानपुर हो, चाहे बम्बई हो, you will find a housewife is always arguing with the maid servant, isn't it?
Yes.
As a master, you are always not liking the way your driver drives. You have some problem. You never like the auto driver. Is there anybody who says, oh, I have found a great auto driver or a great taxi driver? You are always upset. When you are flying, you are upset with the ground staff. You will never ever find anybody in India who says, I went to such and such a hospital and I have come back really happy. People have some complaints. Parents don't like the schools that kids go into. Everybody is complaining. There is no walk of life left in this country where people don't have complaints. This happens because of incompetence.
So do you believe they are really incompetent, or it's a state of mind that we consider them incompetent?
Whatever the reason, state of mind or physically.
So I think this is the effect, this is not the cause. The cause is that somebody somewhere, these politicians, which I am talking about, the vile politicians, they are playing the system to their advantage.
Sumit, I disagree with that theory. I mean, I know exactly what you're saying. I agree but personally, if you ask me, I think it's become our habit to pass on the buck to politicians and police. And I think Bollywood is hugely responsible for this. Because in our movies, we have found a very simplistic black and white solution. जो भी गड़बड़ है, politician को मार डालो उठा के. All police is corrupt, all politicians are bad.
सर अभी 5 साल से जो थोड़ा सही हुआ है, मतलब 3 साल से
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है.
कांग्रेस के दौरान तो कितने सारे स्कैंडल्स हुए, तो वो क्या अच्छा कहेंगे?
देखिए मैं तो इतना एंटी कांग्रेस हूँ, आप जानते हैं, मैं इतना ओपनली कांग्रेस.
मैं तो किसी के अगेंस्ट नहीं हूँ ना.
मैं हूँ, मेरे को कांग्रेस से शिकायत है, मैं ओपनली गाली भी देता हूँ, but it's not true. They also had some very competent people. अगर कंट्री 10 साल चली तो ऐसा नहीं.
तो वही है ना, 10% कॉम्पिटेंट है, बाकी 90% लुटेरे हैं. So that is the problem.
नहीं देखिए, नहीं लूट में क्या है, करप्शन का देखिए. First let's understand fundamental corruption में there are always two people involved. One who gives money, one who takes money. And corruption takes place only when some law is broken.
Right.
If a law is not broken, there cannot be corruption by the fundamental definition of it. Which means I'm in a hurry, I'm late for this function. I ask my driver to jump karo red light. He jumps the red light, cop stops me, and since I want to reach here, I give him $100, he takes the money happily. आपने मेरी फिल्म देखी, उसमें पूरा चैप्टर है कि भाई करप्शन इज गुड फॉर डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी. एमबीए में पढ़ाया भी जाता है. या इन एमबीए दे टीच आल्सो दीस डेज व्हाई फॉर डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमीज करप्शन इज गुड, बिकॉज सिस्टम कीप्स मूविंग दैट वे, अदरवाइज सिस्टम विल कम टू अ स्टॉप. सो दैट्स व्हाई blaming politicians for everything, I think, is not a good attitude. Number one, we should stop talking about government and politicians. We should not talk.
सर मगर वो राजा है, प्रजा है, तो राज्य तो वैसे ही चलेगा जैसे राजा चलाएगा. नहीं, अगर राजा अच्छा नहीं है, एक तरफ तो आप अभी कह रहे थे कि हम उनको अकाउंटेबल नहीं होल्ड करते हैं. तो हम वही तो कर रहे हैं, बुराई कर रहे हैं, तो हम अकाउंटेबल होल्ड.
मुलायम सिंह यादव को कौन चुनता है? खुद तो नहीं चुनते हैं.
नहीं मगर वो
मौका सब वोट नहीं डाल देते उठा के. ठीक है, क्या करते हैं हम लोग ठाकुर को वोट डाल देगा, मुस्लिम को डाल देगा, ब्राह्मण को डाल देगा, और जैसे ही वो इलेक्शन खत्म हो जाएंगे गाली देने लगेंगे पॉलिटिशियंस सब है. दैट्स एक्जेक्टली व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. इनने जो सवाल किया था कास्ट बेस्ड पॉलिटिक्स, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वी पुट ऑलवेज इनकॉम्पिटेंट पीपल.
So I think this boils down to one thing कि fear of law नहीं है हमारी कंट्री में.
Actually, no,
people can get away with whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
So that means the judiciary, which is at the apex of the system, the fear has to trickle top down. If the judiciary is sufficiently equipped and they are fast and they give quality judgments, तो ये fear of law establish होगा. दूसरा, ये fear of law इसलिए भी नहीं है, coming back to vote bank politics, क्योंकि राजा अपने इंटरेस्ट में ही बिजी है, उसको वोट चाहिए अगली बार इलेक्ट होके आना है. तो अगर ये दो चीज़ें, fear of law establish हो जाए, implementation of law strict हो, और जो भी जैसे आज हमने चाय पी और कप यहाँ फेंक दिया, तो 50 more than 70% of the people usually do it out of sheer habit. So whatever everybody does becomes a socially acceptable behavior. चलो इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है. मगर जब लॉ इम्प्लीमेंट होगी, देखोगे नहीं आपने फेंका तो आपको इस पे 500 रुपये हर्जाना भरना पड़ेगा. तो फिर then it becomes दूसरा वाला भी टोके आप क्यों फेंक रहे हो? तो ये fear of law establish.
ये इंडिया का अगर आप पिनपॉइंट करना चाहें तो the biggest problem, you are absolutely right, is judiciary. Okay, because we have laws for everything. Okay, but they are not implemented and the justice is highly delayed. Today you go and file a case. आप यहाँ जो बैठा है सब जानते होंगे कि केस में 15, 20, 25 साल लग जाते हैं, राइट? इस देयर यहाँ कोई भी एक ऐसा आदमी नहीं होगा जो कोर्ट में जाने से डरता ना हो. Whereas आपने जो बोला fear of law, that word I do not agree with, because we should not have fear of law. Law is there to help us out. Police is there to help us out. In US, if you see in all developed countries, 911 number is a child feels good about police. He says, my parents are going to hurt me, but police is going to save me. हमारे उल्टा है, माँ बाप बोलते हैं ऐसा नहीं करो नहीं तो पुलिस को बुला लेगा, बच्चा रोने लगता है. तो मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ कि सिर्फ पॉलिटिशियन तो घर में आके बच्चे को अच्छे
बच्चे का पुलिस को बुलाना तो सर थोड़ा गड़बड़.
हाँ, बट इसमें तो पॉलिटिशियंस इन्वॉल्व नहीं है. आई थिंक एज अ सोसाइटी there is a lot of responsibility on citizens also, especially in this new period, new era. I think it's our responsibility, like cleanliness. इसके लिए तो कोई पॉलिटिशियन और पुलिस इसमें जुडिशियल कुछ नहीं कर सकती है. तो हमारे हाथ में, हम लोग पान खा के ऐसा थूकते हैं, we spit everywhere, we throw things, we don't even care. If you go to any government building, you forget government, go to private buildings, you आप staircase में चल के देखिए, every corner you will find, उसमें कोई क्या कर सकता है? Now the problem with the government is that we do not, how many, guess what percentage of population pays taxes? Guess?
Maybe 5%.
You guess? Anybody can tell me what percentage of population pays taxes?
30.
It's almost 1.8%, so it's 1.5, 2%. That's the only, अभी Google खोल लीजिए, उसमें लिखा होगा 2% कुछ ऐसा नहीं. आप बताइए 2% population अगर टैक्स देती हो, तो how to run a country? It's very easy to blame politicians, isn't it? That's the problem. जी? उसका इससे क्या लेना देना? That's a separate issue. That's something else. That's something else.
का पॉइंट ये है कि टैक्स चोरी लोग इसलिए नीचे करते हैं क्योंकि ऊपर
पॉलिटिशियंस को अच्छी मत लाइए. देखिए अपना ब्लेम मत पास आउट करिए. टैक्स हम बचाते हैं, हम अपने सीए से बोलते हैं टैक्स कम करो, एंड वी डू दैट, वी इवेड टैक्सेस इन दिस कंट्री. देखिए हमें नेचर देखिए हिंदुस्तानी आदमी का, पार्किंग में अगर पार्किंग वाला जो है उससे झगड़ा करके लोग पैसे नहीं देते और वो दिखे नहीं तो एक झटके में गायब हो जाते हैं, isn't it? आप डेवलप कंट्री में जाइए, इवन इफ देयर इज नोबडी, दे विल गो एंड पुट देयर मनी देयर एंड देन दे विल लीव. हमारा ये किस तरह से हम पैसा मार लें, कैसे दूसरे को बेवकूफ बना लें, कैसे चोरी कर लें, ये इसलिए है बिकॉज देयर इज नो, ही इज राइट, बिकॉज देयर इज नो, यू नो दैट ओके टुडे इफ आई हिट यू हियर, it will take you 20 years to get justice. Why would I hit you? Tell me.